Hi, Ray DiZazzo here. If you have a few minutes, I thought I'd talk a little bit about working with employee talent. Talent, as you know, is meant to describe anyone in front of the camera. That's usually actors, but it can also be employees, maybe executives, and sometimes customers if you're shooting in their homes or something. And there are a few tips you can keep in mind that will make working with them more productive and give you better, more credible performances for your program. First and foremost, never try to make employees act. Acting is a specialized skill. It takes practice, it takes time, it takes effort. And to ask an employee to approach a person and read scripted lines a certain way and maybe hit a mark or turn a little bit more this way or that for the camera or do this or that, it's almost always results in disaster. The employee is going to be uncomfortable. The performance is going to be stilted and probably embarrassing, and it's not going to work in your show. So I wouldn't do it. What you can do, on the other hand, in many situations, is ask employees to demonstrate. If I were working with an employee who, let's say, is greeting a customer on a store stop, I might say, let me see how you would do this. Just go through it. I'd like to see it the way you would naturally do it. Do it the right way, of course, but let's have a look at it. Then you watch, and if the performance is good, it's going to be natural because he or she is saying it in their own words. But if there's things wrong, you work on that a little bit, and you run it several times, go through it, get it nice and smooth and natural. Meanwhile, you're figuring out blocking and angles if you need to do that, and then you shoot it. And you end up with a much more credible situation, scene for your show. The other thing you don't want to do ever is ask employees that are being interviewed to recite back to you certain words in response to your questions. As an example, I once sent a director out to shoot some interviews for me. One was an office manager, and he came back later and we put the reel up and back in those days it was videotape. We had to look at the reel, or had to look at the shot, and it was very, very nice, I have to tell you. He had a great wide open office area. There was a lot of glass in the back, flowers, or plants, I think ficus trees if I'm not mistaken. And she was lit very nicely, the office manager, framed well, everything was good. The one big problem was that he had made her recite back certain words to him in response to his questions. So, and it was very stilted. It was very unnatural. You could tell she was working to get it right and to put in inflections that she didn't know how to do. And so it wasn't working. And I told him, I said, Jim, I can't use this. So he got upset. I got upset. And but I couldn't use it in the show because I knew if I did, audience members would be chuckling or shaking their heads, moaning because it just wasn't credible. So those are a few things you can keep in mind, and they should help you with getting good programs. And thanks for spending a few minutes with me today, and good luck in your classes and your productions.